KITAKUBU.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the newest episode of KITAKUBU Bako. Today's guest is going to be Kawaii FiveOh. How are you doing, man?
I'm good, and that is me, as far as I know.
First of all, I mean, there's always been this question that I've meaning to ask you for the longest time: is Kawaii FiveOh based off of Hawaii FiveOh, or am I just thinking
Yes.
way too much? Okay, all right.
No, that's entirely correct. It is a ancient League of Legends name I used to use.
Okay, got it. But it's not based off the TV show, or it's actually based off that TV show.
It's based on I was just trying to be punny,
Okay,
honestly.
got it. Yeah, I was trying to think. Is it League of Legends or the TV show? Which one was it? But okay, that clears everything up. I've been meaning to ask you that for the longest time. So
Now everyone knows.
but yeah, once again, I told you this off the recording, but thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming on this. Well, you're East Coast. I'm West Coast, so it is early for me. But
Honestly, man, thanks for having me.
yeah,
Thanks for having me. It's great. It's cool.
so I think this is the first time we've interacted with each other like this. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we've
As far as I know,
yeah,
we've done like the Discord message thing,
Yeah,
but this
this
first
is
time.
different. But okay, well, first of all, what got you into YouTube? Why FGO focus, and are you planning to do other content as well?
Yeah. So, as far as YouTube in general goes, I actually have a degree in computer animation and video
Oh, okay.
production. That's what I went to college for.
Uh-huh.
So, after getting out, didn't really get a job, fell into this thing and this thing and this thing, and I kind of wanted to do something with that, you know, training I had for 4 years at school.
Mhm.
So, YouTube seemed like the best outlet for that. As far as FGO goes, so I've been a weeb like forever. That's kind of how I, met my wife. That's
Mhm.
my main interest, things like that.
Mhm.
And FGO in and of itself, like when I was younger, I did the whole, download Fate Stay Night and play a botched, like sort of readable translation of it. At the time, I actually only thought there was one route. So when they actually did Studio Dean stuff, I'm like, wait, I beat the game and this never happened because it's my
Oh, that's
first
interesting.
visual novel.
Okay, so you actually got into the visual novel first, played the first route only, but you never went to the other routes.
Yes, exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah,
But then
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. If you're not familiar with visual novel, that makes sense actually.
no, that was like the first time I had tried any of those, so I had no idea there were actually
Mm.
other routes and other things I could do. I thought, oh, I beat the game. Okay, I'm done. I'll move on to something else.
Uh-huh. Wait, then what?
But
how'd you get into the visual novel then, if you don't mind me asking?
just general like going on to different anime and manga forums. Somebody recommended it to
Oh.
me. Back when I was in high school, I was fairly active on, I don't even know if this forum is still around, but I was fairly active on Manga Share. I read a ton of Naruto
Oh
over
wow,
there.
that's so long ago.
Right, right. Yeah, so I was very, very active on there. And yeah, I ended up getting a recommendation from that. And that's sort of what springboarded me into trying the VN.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, like I mean, like I think like most people, even myself, I started with the anime Studio Dean, and then from there, got into the visual novel. So that's actually something new to hear from.
Oh yeah. When I found out it was getting an anime, I felt like I was one of the few people. I was like, yo, this thing I played forever ago has got an anime. I gotta go ahead and check that out.
Also,
So
you played it
watch.
before Studio Dean.
Yes,
Oh wow.
the translation was not very
Dang,
good.
that game had a translation even before that. That's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah, the one I played, I don't even remember where I found it, but some guy on the Manga Share forums recommended it to me. It was not the translation everyone was familiar with. It was sort of kind of like half finished and stuff like that, but that's what I managed to end up playing.
Wow.
Then, watch Dean, took a break. Fate Zero comes out. I was a big Urobuchi fan, so I figured I should go ahead and check that out. Watched it, loved it. Then I learned that FGO existed, but couldn't play it because JP only. But
Right.
I happen to have I guess sort of like a bad thing that turned into a good thing. I actually ended up getting really sick. I had shingles, so I couldn't go to work. I couldn't do nothing. And I'm like, well, I guess I will maybe attempt to check out this FGO thing. So I went through all the trouble of getting a Japanese iTunes account, installing the game on my
Uh-huh.
phone, and then I just started playing it that way.
That's pretty cool. So going back to the question I had. I'm going into YouTube. Why did you start? Why did you do FGO and any other contents you plan on doing by any chance or?
Yeah, so I started doing FGO in general just because one, I enjoyed the game. I'm a firm believer of like making videos that you yourself would want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm trying to, look through the wiki, figure stuff out, things like that, figure out how to build my characters and stuff like that. And then when English was coming out, I sort of was like, I should go ahead and start making stuff for FGO. So I was working with another guy on another YouTube channel. We don't work together anymore,
Mm.
but I ended up just doing FGO guide videos because I'm like, I would like to watch things like this.
Mm-hmm.
So let me make some of these so I can take my learning about the game and then go ahead and try to help other people so they don't have to spend all of this time I'm spending learning about the
Got it.
game.
Okay, cool. So doing all the guides and stuff like that, don't you feel a little bit burnt out at times? Because like I used to do that, right, on my
Mhm.
channel. I don't do it as much anymore because, well, I just became super busy with IRL, work and
Yeah.
all that good stuff. But there was a time where I'm like, dude, I can't do this anymore. I'm just gonna make videos that I actually really want to make, like theory videos or spotlight videos and stuff like that. Do you ever feel like that?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I feel like that just comes with the territory
Mm-hmm.
with like making YouTube and trying to keep up with a specific game's content and trying to keep up with that schedule. There are going to be times where you're like, oh man, this is going to be a jam-packed week. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, hearing from like my community and seeing them like pop into my Discord and reading the comments and being like, "Oh, hey, this thing really helped me, and I had a really good time, playing through this event." Or, "Wow, I didn't know I could do that, and I'm starting to use this character I never would have used otherwise. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you for that." Hearing that is sort of what like gives me the gas to keep going, not
Mm.
only in FGO, but I'm starting to do Honkai Star Rail stuff now
Oh,
too,
okay.
because I really, really like Star Rail, like really,
It's a
really a
fun
lot.
game. Yeah, it's definitely a fun game. I've touched it a little bit too. I haven't. I forgot where I left off, but yeah, I've been meaning to I've been meaning to get back into it, but yeah, it's pretty
Oh
fun.
yeah, the new patch has been really, really
Hmm.
good. Like lots of good characters, lots of good twists.
Hmm.
Being able to see like I know some of the Honkai fans watching this might understand this a little bit, but seeing the character Aventurine turn from I feel like this man is going to be a cartoonish villain to one of the most sympathetic and enjoyable characters I've ever
Mm.
seen in a gacha game. Stuff like that, it's just like, wow,
Hmm.
this is something special. This is something different.
Okay, so I haven't really been reading the story too much in Honkai, but okay, I think I might have to look back at that and see
Oh
what's
yeah,
going on
there's a
there.
lot of neat stuff. And
Yeah.
also when I start to feel burnt out on the guides and stuff, I just do something different. So I just like play fighting games. That's like the main
Mm.
thing I
Oh,
do when I start to feel burnt out.
that's right.
I
That's right.
just
I forgot. I see you post on X a lot or Twitter a lot that about like fighting games. Like, what are you in right now? Tekken or?
right now my main one's Grand Blue. I
Oh, okay.
really am enjoying like the whole gameplay flow of Grand Blue, having like all the cooldowns up in the corner for your specials and things
Hmm.
like that. I was playing a lot of Beelzebub as my main, but
Hmm.
Vayne recently came out and I picked up Vayne and I'm like, this guy feels exactly my speed.
Hmm.
So I've mainly been playing a lot of Vayne on that. As far as other games I've been touching, I mean, I played a bit of Mortal Kombat 1, didn't really super like that. Ended up
I've heard
dropping it.
rumors.
But fighting games in general stem from like there used to be an arcade at my mall.
Mm-hmm.
So that I'm already dating myself by saying arcade in a mall right there in America.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I used to go there, and there was a Street Fighter 2 machine, there was a Tekken machine, and there was a Guilty Gear machine. And whenever my parents wanted to go to the mall, I would just
Just go
like
there.
sit there and
Yeah.
just play, and it was a blast. And then once the advent of online came out, and Street Fighter 4 itself being this like very good, very formative game for me in college, like we're talking sitting down in the dorm till like 3 in the morning, classes the next day, but we're just running sets back to
Yeah, yeah.
back. That and Blaze Blue just sealed the deal. Like,
Yeah.
just kept getting fighting games after that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I personally was a huge Blaze Blue guy as well. I played Blaze Blue a lot. I think Noel and a little bit of Taokaka, I think.
Ooh, okay.
I did like. I just played them because of the characters. I just like the characters itself. But I know they weren't like top tier or anything like that. But
Oh, yeah.
they were super fun.
I was incredibly boring in Blaze Blue. I mained Ragnar the Blood Edge, so that was my guy.
Ragnar was really good. So I remember
Just
that.
the
Yeah.
solid fundamentals, man. The Ryu, man. Like, just, I can do everything half decent at least. So we're set. We're good.
Yeah. I wanted to play Bullet when she came out, but like I didn't really I didn't really play that version of Blaze Blue as much. But I thought Bullet was pretty cool. Izayoi was pretty cool. I thought Izayoi was pretty cool too, but I didn't really touch them. Okay, cool. Like, so like, do you play on stick? Do you play a hitbox or controller?
I am a filthy controller main.
Okay.
I play on an Xbox
Nothing wrong with that.
360 controller or Xbox One controller.
Oh, on the Xbox controller, I don't see that a lot. Okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. This is what I use for everything.
Oh, wait, is that what everyone uses, or they use like the PS5 ones now?
Some people use PS5, but I like this because I got like a modular D-pad here,
Got it. Oh, okay, got it.
so I can pick whatever works for me.
Got it. Hey man, it's better than Hitbox, so.
Oh yeah.
I'm not anti-Hitbox, but like it just doesn't feel right, you know, because like, you know how it has those inputs and whatever. So yeah.
It just doesn't connect in my head. I just don't see how like somebody's synapses could fire in that way to make that work.
But yeah, other than Blaze Blue, I did back in the day. I did play a lot of Dead or Alive, Tekken. Like I was more of a 3D fighter instead, like Bloody Roar.
Bloody Roar.
Yeah, they need to bring that back.
That name drop, man.
Yeah, I used to be big on the 3D fighting game scene instead of like the 2D fighting game. But yeah, I mean, I've been meaning to get into Grand Blue again as well. But it's just I just don't have the time because I've been playing a bunch of JRPGs recently. So
oh, what have you been playing? What have you been playing?
Right now I'm on Trailed into Revere. I'm like halfway into it, I think, right now, and then of course I'm playing Final Fantasy on stream. But I think my next with the new Trails game coming out in the summer, I have time. So I was thinking of picking up Atelier Ryza 2 and 3 in the meantime.
Ooh.
So
I've heard good things. The first one never really like connected with me, but I feel like it's something I should like. So I think I need to give it another chance.
I really enjoyed the first.
Like that's something I should enjoy.
The first one was my very first Atelier game, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I'm a little biased because I really like Ryza design wise. So, but like, I actually really enjoyed 1, and then 2. I do remember playing 2 a little bit. I can't remember where I left off, but I fairly enjoyed 2 as well because it expands, you know, the world. So that's what's really cool. But other than that, I do want to get into like what was it? That game recently came out. I can't remember the name of the game, but
tactical RPG.
I'm sorry.
Is it a tactical RPG?
I think I actually don't know the game.
Is it Unicorn Overlord?
There you go. That's the one. Yeah.
I knew it. It's great. It's so good.
Is it single?
It's so good.
Is that a single player game or?
Yes,
Okay.
It is a single player game, and it's like a You make a tactical team of like up to 5 people, and that is your unit. And
Mhm.
you move around the map in real time, and you can freely pause to like redirect people and stuff like that. It's
Oh.
really, really cool, the system they designed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I definitely have to get into that. Do you remember what company that was? Who made it?
Vanillaware.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, so your Odin Sphere, your 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, that
Okay,
is them.
got it. Yeah, I've been meaning to get into that. I've been meaning to get into triangle strategy. I've not touched that yet for some stupid reason.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's got some heavy
Yeah,
replay value right there.
and
There's a lot of stuff you can do in that.
yeah.
And characters are just really good. There's also some really fun exploits you can do.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I cleared a whole map by just like taking my Griffin Archer, and like it was this big survival map where you had to like make sure people put out all these, like, didn't get to set all these buildings on fire.
Hmm.
So I took out everyone that set the buildings on fire, and then I only had to not lose all my units, because it's not like Fire Emblem where if someone dies, they die forever.
Hmm.
Took my Griffin Archer, set her on a roof where nobody could hit her, and then it was just like 40 minutes of me just sitting there and sniping people, and ended up clearing them.
Interesting.
Everyone
Okay.
else was dead.
All right. I definitely have to pick that up then.
Yeah, there's fun stuff you can do like that. Triangle
Okay.
strategy. It's a really neat game.
But yeah, like some other JRPG that we really want to get into is the Yeast series. I actually have not touched a single Yeast series.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, I'm into Trails, so why not get into Yeast? And then
It does seem like a natural progression.
yeah. And then I think the other game I want to get I want to get into is Live Alive, the remake or the remastered.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
I bought that recently. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna replay this in
But it's
today's
just like
era.
just sitting there right now. It's waiting.
Yeah. But are there games where that you just have in your backlog right now that you really want to get into, or?
Yeah, there's quite a few. I still need to finish FF7 Rebirth. I like in the final act, but I went on vacation, and that like ended up superseding everything.
Hmm.
And got to finish Unicorn Overlord on top of that. But as far as other stuff in my quote unquote backlog goes right now, what I really, really need to do is in a few days, I've got to do my second playthrough of Final Fantasy 16 after all the DLC comes out. I got to get into that. I
Oh,
got to get back into that game. I adored
that's
that
right.
game.
The second DLC just came out, or it's coming out, I think.
I think it's like 3 days Rising Tide will end up coming out.
Right. I haven't touched any of the DLCs yet for that. I was planning to wait for all the DLCs to come out.
Yes,
But
same.
yeah, okay. So
Yeah,
you
those are all
have
the
you wait?
DLCs on
Is this
Final
the last
Fantasy.
DLC or?
Yes,
Oh, okay,
yes,
got
this
it.
will be it. So
Okay.
they said it's not going to like change the ending, but it'll expand on it.
Oh, okay.
But in just let's design the literal coolest thing ever, like design philosophy they're going with
Mhm.
for a lot of stuff on this. Leviathan is essentially
Right,
going to
right.
be like a Mega Man arm cannon, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just like,
I saw the trailer. So
so cool. So that, and then I need to get back into 14 and catch up, because if Dawn Trail's the Final Fantasy 9 expansion,
yeah,
I gotta play that. I gotta play
yeah.
that.
I've been meaning to get into 14, but I have no one to play with. Like literally no one to play with, and like I've always like debated, do I really want to pay to play this game monthly?
Oh, for sure, for sure. That is definitely a hurdle for a
Yeah.
lot of people. I will say, at least playing up through Shadowbringers, like if that was just a single player Final Fantasy game that came out, that whole span of A Realm Reborn to Shadowbringers,
Hmm.
I feel like even more people would just be praising that nonstop.
Right,
Because in
right.
terms of like writing and world building and all that stuff around there, ARR to Shadowbringers just killed it. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited, because we rarely see any sort of stories and games and things like that where it's like, well, let's just see where the hero goes after their big adventure is concluded. Let's go
Mhm.
on a new journey with the same character after they've lived through an apocalypse. So I think that's going to be really interesting.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely 14 is something I want to try and get into. Again, I've heard great things about the story and stuff like that. So, and gameplay wise as well. So, it's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
it is an MMORPG, so it's gonna take up all my time. right?
Of course.
So
I don't even want to talk about how much time I've sunk into that game. It's a lot.
got it. All right. So like other hobbies like non-video games. Like I understand that you have like some Gunpla in the back there. I think I'm not
That's a
mistaken.
lot of Gunpla.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a lot of Gunpla. You can see back here, that is my backlog of Gunpla.
Hmm.
And I've got still more coming in the backlog. So I really need to go ahead and work on those
Yeah, I have a
desperately,
lot of Gunpla in my
desperately.
backlog too, man. Like if you're a Gunpla guy here, it's understandable.
Especially if you buy the P Bandai stuff, because it's like, well,
Oh
I have
yeah,
a limited amount of time to get this, so I need to order it now.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then it
yeah,
shows up, and then you're like, oh no,
yeah,
oh no.
yeah. Like what's your favorite Gunpla that you've made so far?
So that would be, let me go grab it.
Sasabi?
Yes, this is the
Okay.
metal coated Sazabi.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Oh wow,
I love
that's really
him.
cool. Actually, I've actually never seen that, like out of the box. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really really fancy. I saw Mecha Workshop finally had it on sale, so I had to jump on it. And
Hmm.
plus, Char is like my favorite anime character,
Hmm.
so I need to get all of his stuff. I've actually got his Zaku one sitting in my blog
Oh,
as
cool,
well.
cool,
So
cool. Nice,
I hope to have all the Char suits someday.
nice. Yeah, like I'm working on my my perfect grade wing right now. That thing is a handful. Yeah, it's like when I remember like when I'm just on the I think I'm on the leg right now. I'm on the leg, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I need screws. What? I need to get a screwdriver for this? What? Let me go back to my.
What do you mean?
Let me go back to my 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 high grades and my MGs.
Yeah, I tell some people, like, I show them like that. There a PG Unicorn they did a while back, the one I'm thinking of, where it had like actual LEDs that you did with it and stuff like that.
I think there were the version. I can't remember, but yeah, I know
Yeah,
they're the unicorn with LEDs. I know they're the Nexia with LEDs as well.
oh yeah, I let people know some of them have like LEDs that you need to set up, and they're
Hmm.
just like, how do people do this?
Yeah, I mean, I know there are people that just set up on their own too. Like, I can't remember if the unicorn Gundam I saw online was like custom made, the LED wise, but yeah, it's crazy
Whoa.
how those creative people do that.
Yeah, that's intense. Some insane respect for people that do that.
Yeah.
It's incredible to see.
Do you like making HGs or the metal build or which version of Gunpla do you like building more MGs? Except.
I would say, considering between, like having YouTube, full time job, other hobbies, and all that, I mainly gravitate towards the HGs just
Mm,
because I can usually knock one of those out in like a fairly decent amount of
right,
time. I
right.
will I will touch MGs now and then as like a an extended project if I feel like I want to work on that. I've actually got one MG in my backlog.
Hmm.
It's that Barbados from
Mm.
Iron Blooded Orphans, like, because I heard that was just one of the best MGs
Yeah,
ever released.
yeah, that's what I heard too. I've never built Barbados because I wasn't really a big fan of the Gundam itself, but yeah, I've heard great things about it though.
Oh yeah, I've actually got actually got two Barbados in my backlog. I've got the MG, and then P Bandai did that one with the iron blooded coating on it, where it
Oh
just
yeah,
looks like
yeah, yeah.
all gunmetal brushed, and I'm
Hmm.
like, I loved my Sazabi. I get that thing. I gotta get that thing. So that's chilling too.
Cool, cool. Um.
And that,
Oh no, good. Sorry.
oh, I was gonna say, and then I have one more hobby that is way, way too expensive.
Magic the
Way too
Gathering.
expensive.
Right, right, right.
I
Card
just went to a
games.
pre-release last night.
Oh
I
yeah,
got
then the
destroyed.
new set came out, right? Yeah,
Yep, it's the cowboy set.
yeah.
So yeah, cowboy set, really really fun. Really enjoyed it. And when that Final Fantasy set comes out next year, I'm going to lose my mind.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to come out at the end of the year, right, or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And like some point in 2025. But yeah, they're doing a full Final Fantasy set.
Which is
So
crazy.
I feel
Yeah.
like people will be mad if Sephiroth is not the most broken card ever created in the history of the game.
But yeah, I mean, do we know anything about the set yet? Because I mean, I play a little bit of Magic. I do have a deck, but I don't play as often as I do my other card games.
Yeah.
Do they spoil any cards yet or no?
They didn't know. They just said the set was pushed back, but they did say it's going to be a full set. It's not going to be like the Fallout set that recently came out where they just did 4 commander decks. No, it's going to be a whole thing like the Lord of the Rings set. It's going to be a whole set. They're going to do a bunch of commander decks.
Wow.
It's going to be a big one. And then that same announcement, they also said they're doing multiple Marvel sets. So the
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right,
Fortnitification
right,
of
right.
Magic has begun.
Yeah, like I mean, like for sure, the Magic, the what do you call it, the Final Fantasy set for Magic is definitely gonna gather so many different fans, like not just Final Fantasy fan, excuse me, not just Magic fans, players, but those who stop playing Magic and like Final Fantasy, they'll probably go in and collect. I think what's gonna be, like personally for me, I think what's gonna be really annoying about this set is collectors.
Oh
They're gonna come in, collect, go send them to like grading and stuff like that. I personally do not like grading at all.
yeah.
But yeah, I can see a lot of that happening. Do you, but by any chance, do you see like serial numbers in this set, like Lord of the Rings
I
or?
have not pulled a serial card ever, and that is not for one of buying collector boosters to support my local game store,
Hmm.
because I always make sure to at least pick something up to support my local game store.
Right, right.
I have not seen a specific serial card. I do know that store has a serialized card, and it's like $150 in their case
Hmm.
for that one, and it's not even graded.
Right.
So I imagine the serialized thing is the whole push they're doing for that collectors. I think they'll do it for Final Fantasy. I mean, there was that whole chase they did for Lord of the Rings where they had
The
the
One Ring, yeah.
only singular One Ring that is
Hmm.
now in the hands of Post Malone, as it should be.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's a huge
yeah,
Magic fan. I
which
forgot about that. Yeah, yeah,
oh yeah, he even got his own Magic cards,
yeah. Right.
like their
Yeah, yeah.
Magic
I
cards
saw that.
with
Yeah, yeah.
Post Malone on them.
I know he does like I know he goes on like I can't remember the channel name, but I know he goes on to this like Magic the Gathering YouTube channel, plays Magic from time to time.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm excited for this upcoming Final Fantasy set, even though I don't play as Magic as much. But I definitely want to just like just like look at the cards and I'm like, oh man, that's pretty cool. Like I really hope they're actually using like the actual Final Fantasy artists like
Oh
Nomura and
please.
stuff like that. I mean,
Give me
they did use what's his name fuck Amano, right, in a previous
yeah, yeah.
set, right? Yeah,
Amano did a Liliana card
there you
back in
go.
War of the Spark, and
Hmm.
that is like if you've got a like one with the pre-release like promo seal on it, that is like a $5,000 card. Is
Hmm.
ridiculous because it's a mono. So yeah, they better get a mono in there for some of that set. I also do know they are doing all the way up through 16 for that. So they're
Oh,
pulling a little
okay.
bit from every Final Fantasy. So
Wow.
I expect Warrior Light. I expect a Marlboro. I expect, give me some summons, give me Zidane, give me Cloud, give me everyone. Like
Wow. Okay.
it's going to be interesting what
All the way
makes
up to
the cut.
16. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Do we know how many the what do you call the how many cards are going to be in the set or?
No, but they just said they're pulling from everything. It's going to be
Jesus
a standard
Christ.
set and then 4 commander decks. So I imagine the commander decks will have some specific cards that also count as pulling from everything.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
All right. By chance, do you? I mean, I assume you watch anime, right?
As far as I know,
Oh,
yes.
okay, cool. Favorite anime, and are you watching anything from this season by chance, or
I
planning to
am
watch it?
watching some stuff right now. As far as favorite anime goes, I mean stuff's always coming out, so
Right.
things are always changing. So I will say from old school stuff, massive Zeta Gundam fan.
Mm.
Zeta Gundam was huge. I love Camille. I love Char's whole arc in there. I love the conflict with the Titans and seeing the Federation as the
Okay.
bad
Mhm.
guys for once, showing that no side is truly good. It's not black and white.
Mhm.
So Zeta in general, really, really good for me. And from recent stuff that I really, really enjoyed, Vinland Saga. Vinland
Vinland
Saga
Saga, yeah.
crushed it.
Yeah, I still for some I understand Vinland Saga is super good, and don't get me wrong, I read the manga. I haven't really watched the latest season actually because like I just didn't have the time, but
Yeah.
like and I do know that like a lot of fans did get turned off of that arc because
Hmm.
there's nothing going on. But personally, for
I
me,
mean,
I feel like Vinland Saga is so underrated.
I really think it is, and it's like for the people that got turned off that arc, I mean, the entire overarching theme of Vinland Saga has always been like war is bad and war is horrible,
Hmm.
and most people do not benefit from it. But I feel like for a lot of people that went over their head, and it's just like cool Viking show where guy hit things with sword.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
is not cool Viking show where guy hit things with sword by any
yeah.
stretch of the imagination. So if you end up going into Finland Saga as a result of this, just remember at the core of the entire series is not cool Viking man hits things with sword.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that's what I was attracted to. I was like, oh shoot, Vikings! Ah, yeah, we never get a Viking manga, but then like it got to that the arc, and I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty chill. Oh, I kind of understand this series now. Makes sense. So
Yeah, and then oh wait, the farm arc. Well,
yeah,
wait, this is this. There's all this like character drama going on here.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
geez,
yeah,
and then we're getting the merchant arc next. I can't
yeah.
for the.
So yeah, I personally think Vinland Saga is pretty underrated as of right now because of that arc.
Mhm.
But I mean, yeah.
Hopefully, people jump back on the train
Hmm.
once the next season comes out.
Yeah, people just like action, man. It's just
Yeah, no, I totally understand. I get the appeal. I get the appeal of action. Trust me, I've watched so many mecha series, so many shonen series, but like there's a place for other stuff like that too.
Great. Okay, cool. By any chance, do you have any recommendations when it comes to anime, or that you
When it
think
comes to anime in general,
that you think
it's
fans have not watched or think is very underrated in your opinion?
I think that is very underrated. So as far as stuff goes, I know it's not underrated right now, but Delicious in Dungeon has been very, very
Yeah,
good.
I
And
enjoyed the manga a lot for that one, and I'm watching the anime as well.
yeah, if you haven't watched Fancy Cooking Show in the Dungeon, I highly recommend you go and check that out. I think that's super super neat. As far as other things go, I will name drop my favorite manga, which I feel like a lot more people need to check out. My favorite manga is Genshiken,
Mm.
and I think a lot more people need to read Genshiken
I mean,
because
nowadays, yeah,
that was very very helpful in like me coming out of my shell when
yeah.
I was younger and being like, it's actually okay for me to enjoy things.
Mhm.
Weird. Isn't that crazy? So definitely check out Genshiken if you're, one of those people where it's like, is it okay for me to enjoy my hobby? Because it'll show you that yes, like-minded
Right.
people exist out there that you can gravitate towards and commune with, and you can all talk about the good things that make you happy
Yeah.
together. Like
Yeah.
that is it entirely exists. The world is a big place.
Mhm.
You are not alone.
Yeah, I mean, I got into Genshin because of the anime, and yeah, then I got into the manga. So yeah, Genshin,
Oh,
like you, I highly recommend like those who are having trouble getting out of their shell to show that they like the hobby and stuff like that.
oh yeah, it is. It was so good. It was so formative to me
Mhm.
at my core. And I'm pulling up my ancient anime list so I can maybe actually read off things. But I'm gonna sound so old with some of the things I mention here. How about Welcome to the NHK? Am I allowed to recommend
Ooh.
Welcome to the NHK?
I think I know what kind of genre you like when it comes to anime now.
Yeah, no, I'm into I do like slice of life stuff
Mhm.
and things of that nature. I really do deeply enjoy that. Yeah, NHK is great. It's about a guy who is very fearful of going outside. He is a hikikomori.
Mhm.
He just doesn't want to go outside, and this girl who ends up living next door to him ends up you know trying to help him, trying to change him. But then
Mhm.
it like goes into this weird little side rabbit hole about how she's actually only doing it to make herself better and she doesn't actually care about him, and then there's
Yeah,
a whole thing that blows up from that.
yeah,
It was a journey. It was a
yeah.
ride.
Man.
And then if you just want to tear your soul out and be upset and cry and then happy cry, just watch all Clanad. Just go watch all Clanad. Go watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
It will rip your soul out.
I remember finishing the anime, and then I remember watching the 2 special episodes at the end, like the Tomoe and the who was it?
They did Kyo after too, right?
Kyo, yeah,
Tomoyo after
Kyo,
and Kyo after.
and the Kyo arc. I was like, huh, that's really cool. And then I got into I researched on Clan and I'm like, oh, it's a visual novel game. Oh, okay. So I got into the visual novel, and that's how I I fell in love with Kyo.
Yeah, and then you hit after story, and your entire world gets turned upside down.
Yeah, man. Like Maeda Jun does some pretty good work.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know if I don't know if he's working on anything right now, but I know he's been focusing on burning the mobile game, Burning Red.
Heaven Burns Red.
Heaven Burns Red. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I
know he's been focusing on that a lot. So.
I mean, we all need to like move to different projects and try different things. So I respect it. I respect it. Sometimes you just need to, take a leap into a completely different genre of what you normally do to try and flex that creative muscle.
Yeah, but I mean, it's crazy. Are you like really like story driven on a lot of these stuff?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes, absolutely. I need it's funny because with anime I'm really focused on the story driven aspect, and like I need that good core story. I need that stuff to get focused, and I need to like have that feel like that good payoff, whether it's happiness or a tragedy or something like that. I really need that. And then when it comes to games, I am like the complete opposite. I'm like, listen, this story can be as generic as heck. As long as the actual act of playing the game is fun, I will hop right into that.
Got it.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I like both from when it comes to video games, but yeah, for sure, like the story could be generic as hell, but I mean, if the action is moi, then yeah, I'm all good.
Yeah, like I will. Like Souls in general, I'm like, give me that. I don't care if I have to read a secret item description for something in the back corner of a sewer for me to eventually understand how the entire world coalesces together in the story. Mm-hmm. What is important is my plus 15 Chaos Zweihander, Hitman, and Man Die. Like, so it just feels good to progress. So that's really all I need.
Yeah, I mean. I don't really play Souls games too much, but like just understanding like, hey, this weapon can do this much damage. Yeah, I get that part.
Oh yeah,
so.
Yeah. Once you finally, especially games where like another reason why I should probably enjoy Ryza, like you're mentioning, is that crafting aspect of being able to craft the super ultimate mega staff or whatever that just completely trivializes the rest of the game, and knowing all the blood, sweat, and tears you had to pour into that to be able to feel that way, that the entire game is trivialized. I really should play Ryza. Like you're convincing me that I really need to push Ryza further up on my backlog.
I'll be super honest with you. Like I remember when I played when I was playing Ryza and I was getting into that crafting part, I was like, I fucking hate crafting. I hate it. And then what, like you said, like when you craft like the item that you need, oh, it feels so good.
I did it. That was me. Nobody else.
Yeah, I mean, personally for me, I don't really like crafting a lot. Like that's why I don't really play MMORPGs a lot. I don't like grinding too much. I'll do some grinding, but I don't like grinding like hours and hours and hours. Thus, I stopped streaming FGO as much because it's not. I mean, FGO is not like MMORPG or Grand Blue level grinding, but like
there's definitely an amount of it. I mean, they're starting to fix that with like advanced quests and stuff like that. That's at least going to be helpful. But no, I totally understand. There is a fair amount of laser focus on grinding you need to do if you want to try to maximize everything.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just me with grinding though. I mean, especially at my age right now, like it's just not something that I want to do.
Oh yeah, that's one of the nice things I like about Star Rail is like, yeah, if I'm gonna fight in like the super hard boss stuff, I probably can't auto. But if I'm just trying to get materials for my character's talents, I can just, auto while I'm doing something else. And I put in my time for that day, and I've got that extra couple of percent, and I'm good to go. It's fine. It respects my time.
Yeah, it's just so hard to do nowadays, or to focus on that nowadays, But I mean, that's just what it is. But um, we're actually getting up there. It's like over 40 minutes now, I think. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up real quick because I don't want to keep you. I know you're planning to do something with your wife later, so I don't want to keep you on that. Don't want your wife getting at you. So, but anyways, Kawaii, once again, I really appreciate you for coming on. Really great talking to you. I mean, we basically have similar hobbies, I think. Final Fantasy, Gundam, anime, and stuff like that. I think we have very similar tastes. I definitely want to have a conversation with you again, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that, man. I'm always down to talk about things I love.
Yeah.
Like when people approach me and they're like, "I like your shirt. Is it okay if I ask you about this thing?" I'm like, "Yes." My shirt with the Final Fantasy man on is an invitation to talk to me about that. So yes, please, anything, just message me, whatever. Like I like to talk about things I like.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, is there anything you want to tell the viewers out there about your channel or anything like that?
You can find me at Kawaii FiveOh on YouTube. I also have a Discord server. I'm trying to get to 10K subs by the end of the year. That is my personal goal. So I would appreciate it if you could tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your grandma, check this guy out. Maybe go ahead and subscribe to him. Do FGO, do Honkai Star Rail, do fighting games and stuff now and then. Try to put out as many videos as I can. So yeah, if you're interested in stuff, maybe check me out. I think you'll have a good time.
I'll leave Kawaii's links all down below: Twitter, YouTube, Discord. Or is your Discord public, or you have to actually?
I mean, I have invite links. You
Okay.
just kind of have to accept the rules to not be a big old meanie pants,
Got it,
and then
got it.
you're allowed to get in.
Okay.
But yeah, anyone can hop in the Discord links I've got in my descriptions on my videos and just pop on in and say hi.
Got it. I'll leave all his links down below in the description, so go ahead and check Kawaii FiveOh out. Once again, thanks for coming on. Appreciate you. And for those who are watching, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye-bye.